Kendrick Bourne from the San Francisco 49ers. You're watching the Niners All Day Show. What up, Bronze? What up, Dre? Let's get it, man. Yee!
Yo, what's the deal? It's your guy, Fran 49er. This is Niners All Day. Man, shout out to all of the Patreon members and all the subscribers. If you are not yet subscribed to us, go ahead and press that subscribe and press that like button. And if you don't, oh well, keep it moving. Today, man, we're just going to go through a weekly update on all of the stuff that's going on, all of the injuries, all of the guys who have came back from injury, and also we got some bad news, but we'll talk about that a little bit in the show. Today, it's going to be me, my guy Jason, and Bronze is driving right now. Bronze, shake your head if you want me to bring you on right now, bro. Bronze is on the way home from work. What's
we
good,
trying to
bro?
be like Michael Andrews, remember the Niners.
Yeah, bro. I just, you want me to keep you on, or you want to wait till you get to the house to pop back on?
Yeah, I'll hang on. I mean, I'll leave when
All right.
I'm ready to leave and all that. So.
All right, when you pop back, just pop back on when you get to the house.
All
right, bro. Yeah, man. With that being said, man, Jason, what's going on, my guy? How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. Your voice sounds good today.
Yeah, man. I'm recuperating.
Let's go, man. That's what's up. I mean, a birthday's a birthday. I sound good out there, everybody that's listening. Do I sound good? Like, I was watching back and I could, I don't know. There was some setting that's off. Like, so if I don't sound good, please let me know.
Yeah, no, I went back and I watched and I was like, dang, I thought it was just my voice messed up, but I think it was my mic or something. Maybe the connection wasn't that good. You know what I mean? So
you was too smooth with it, man. That they ain't ready for that, Daddy White, man. They ain't ready for that, man. That hits different.
Yeah, bro, that was that Darth Vader. That was a little bit too. I was like, yo, my voice did sound crazy that day. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like you talking like that is like you yelling at the players. Coleman, get in there, like.
Yeah, bro. So it's a lot of stuff to touch bases on. The first thing I feel that we should go over is the injuries. So we basically got everybody back. Cal Juszczyk is back. Fred Warner was actually activated.
Yep.
Ben Garland, him and Ayuk, they practiced limited for the last couple of days. But Debo, he is not going to be available for week 1. And I got to call myself out on that one. I said that Debo was going to play.
Me too.
I didn't think that they would activate him and make a spot available for him and take that spot away from somebody else that they could have possibly activated. But then again, I don't think that Kyle wanted to be without him for the first 6 weeks. So I think there was a little bit of a strategy play in that one. So let's talk about Debo. Do you think this foot injury is a little bit more serious than the franchise is leading on? Or do you think that they're just going to be, real cautionary and sit him out?
Yeah, I think it's the second part. If it was something that was a little bit more serious, they would just use either the 3-week IR or they would use, the pup or something like that. So I think that the idea that he was even getting ready to be available for week 1 should be a good sign for everybody, honestly. And I think that Kyle is thinking what we're thinking. At this point, you can probably win this game against the Cardinals with Ayuk, with Bourne, with Kittle. Like this is a big George Kittle game right here. Like it's going to be a big George Kittle and Raheem Mostert game because it's like you guys came to us and you want more money. Lead the way now for us in this game where we need you. We need you now. I really agree with that point that Mostert knocks on Lynch's door and is like, I need more money. Okay, well, we got your money now. This is a game where we're going to be down a little bit, and this is going to be a game that we're considering tough and is a must win. Now you have to lead the way, and you have to show us why you wanted all that money. So I expect a big George Kittle and a big Raheem Mostert day, and obviously a big Kendrick Bourne day. Like this is going to be week 1. Right now, everybody's going to run to the waiver wire and try to pick up Kendrick Bourne after he has a 1 or 2 touchdown game this week. So I think that the 49ers are thinking that we can get this done without them, and we can. I think week 4 is that big point where we need to have the entire lineup ready for the Eagles game.
Most definitely. Yeah, I kind of see it the same way. It does give me a little bit of pause that Debo is not going to be available. Hey, right. Tony, what's up, my guy? It does give me a little pause that Debo is not going to be available for week 1. I really wanted to see this offense in full swing the first week of the season.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I mean, there has been some horrendous injuries over the last
Across
couple
the
of
league.
days. Yeah, man, all across the league. And I'm just happy that we haven't had any of those, because we had one, but it wasn't necessarily to a starter. It was from a guy that was already coming back from an injury, right? So I'm happy that we don't have somebody who was a starter and a key contributor who had a freak season into injury. So that's a good thing. But it does give me a little bit of pause that Debo's not going to be available.
Yeah. Like we definitely wanted Debo for week 1, right? But not at the cost of having him for the season, right? And I mean, I just think that they're going to take it a little bit more cautious right now, and I'm not against that, especially considering, like I said, we know the weapons that they'll have, and they should be fine. Like even without Debo, they'll be able to put up points this week. So.
Right, most definitely. And with that being said, you talked about the Cardinals and you talked about George Kittle. So there was a press conference and some statements came out from that press conference from Buda Baker and from Cliff Kingsbury.
Mm-hmm.
And with Cliff Kingsbury, they talked about George Kittle, and they talked about him, getting a draft pick who was supposed to be the George Kittle stopper. And Cliff Kingsbury came out himself and he says,
there is no George Kittle stopper.
There is no George Kittle stopper. They don't exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Buda Baker came out and he gave away a little bit of game strategy. And he said, I'm pretty sure you'll see a little bit of everybody. George Kittle, right? So it kind of sounds like they are focused on stopping George Kittle. And they think that if you stop George Kittle, that is the key to winning this game, right? That's the key to slowing down our defense.
Yeah.
I think it's a mistake that they're making. I think it's a huge mistake that they're making, right? Mm-hmm. Because there's some other guys that nobody is talking about that could be key contributors in this game.
Right.
How do you see that strategy by Arizona as far as manning up with George Kittle with multiple people? Mm-hmm. Do you see that as, that's a strategy that could possibly work, or a strategy that could actually hurt the Arizona Cardinals? Because while they're paying attention to George, there's going to be some other guys that are able to make moves on that field and be a contribution.
I think that they're thinking the right way. They're thinking along the lines of us, right? We understand that this is probably going to be a big George Kittle game, right? And the Cardinals struggled last year against the tight end. It doesn't matter who the tight end, whether it's George Kittle or not. If you were playing fantasy football last year and your tight end was playing the Cardinals, you were about to have a splash game, honestly. So I think they understand that it goes across the board of whether it's George Kittle or not. But that's fine. Everyone else is going to focus on George Kittle, and it's not like they're saying anything that nobody else is thinking. But are you going to put Isaiah Simmons, who has never played a snap in this league, fresh on him? I don't know about that. Good luck. Good luck.
Try that out.
And if you want, throw him on Jet McKinnon. Let's have some fun. Let's make Jet McKinnon line up in the slot, and let's have some fun. Yeah. One-on-one, Isaiah Simmons, you're going to have fun this week trying to guard George Kittle, trying to guard Jerick McKinnon, and you, Buda Baker, you already know the deal. That George Kittle only played realistically 2 quarters against the Cardinals last year. And those 2 quarters that he played realistically were on a broken foot. He's going to be fine. So I think they're thinking what we're thinking. This is going to be a big George Kittle game, and they're going to focus on defense on there, but everybody's going to focus on defense there, and I'm not worried about it. There's plenty of people that you have to go in to stop every week. That doesn't happen. You don't think people pull up on the Saints and they're like, we need to stop Michael Thomas's 7-yard slants, but you don't. It's cool that you know what's going to come, but can you stop it? And I'm not going to bet on that.
Right. Yeah. So, all right. So I want to ask a question. Who has a more impactful game, George Kittle or Jordan Reed?
Woo, that's spicy. Well, it can be both, right? And it definitely can be Jordan Reed, right? So if Jordan Reed has a game where he has 4 catches, 2 of them are touchdowns, that's impactful. And let's say he only has 25, 30 yards. That's impactful, though, to be in the red zone like that. Let me play 49er homer, and let me say George Kittle. George Kittle, this, like I said, you knocked on the door for money. We went through this all off season with you.
We did.
It's time right now for you to now. This better be a game that we can load you up with 10, 12, 13, 14 targets, right? And you take us to the promised land this week. So
yeah, most definitely. Yeah, man. So I just want to touch on that a little bit. On the positive side, Laken Tomlinson, he had a very good presser. and he defended Jimmy G. He basically said, how dare you? You know what I mean? Jimmy G is my guy. To say that he's not proven is obviously nonsense. I was happy to see that, especially coming from a starting lineman.
Right.
The Jimmy G slander, we all know what it is from the national media. He's going to get that. But I was happy to see his one of his best offensive linemen stick up for him and say, basically enough is enough. You know what I mean? Jimmy G is a proven quarterback in the NFL. How do you feel about that?
I think that, like I said, everybody has how they feel about the 49ers, right? I guess the book is out, right? On defensive coordinators, right? It's make Jimmy G beat you, right?
Right.
But they've been saying that all year last year, right? And every single person that you ask on this team has such a strong stance on Jimmy. Like, it's not even like, leave my guy alone. It's like, you guys are insane for believing any of this, right? Like, this is the support that he has in the locker room from his linemen, from Richard Sherman, from Robert Saleh.
Right.
Who doesn't have to coach him at all, right?
Right.
This is what this team kind of identifies with the pretenders label, right? And there's no player on our team that embodies what people misconceive about this team more than Jimmy G, right? It's like I've never seen a quarterback be judged on one of two extremes. He's amazing or he's trash. There's no in between, right? There's nobody that'll say to you like, oh, he's good. Oh, he's decent. It's either, yo, he's the man, or yo, he's garbage. And it's like,
right.
where, like, why is it this or this? There's got to be something in the middle here, like that we can say. So, the team rallies behind him, man. They know they have their guy. When they're in the huddle and they look in Jimmy's eyes, they believe him. And he looks like the leader of men, right? Like, he walks in. If Jimmy G talks, I'm shutting up and I'm listening. So, it's good to hear that the team is behind him. But again, man, everybody's gonna have their misconceptions or the way that they perceive this defense, and it's like, okay, stop Jimmy G and let's see what happens. Well, don't act like this offense doesn't know what you're thinking at this point. So, we'll see. Yeah. Good luck.
Exactly. Yeah, man. And one thing about Jimmy that we've seen ever since he got here, when it's big moments in the game, he delivers. He doesn't shrink and pull a Kirk Cousins. You know what I mean?
Right.
He delivers. He stands in the pocket. He takes a lick right on the chin, whether it's helmet-to-helmet contact or not, and he throws a dart and he completes the ball. And that's one thing I can respect about Jimmy Garoppolo. He is a leader. He gets it done in the big moments in the game. I don't think he gets enough credit for that. And this is the year where we as Niner fans, we're looking for him to take that next step. Yeah. And that next step is over 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. Right. That's what I want to see. I want to see over 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 12-4. At least 12-4 this year, and I think he will be in MVP contention if they give him the respect that he deserves.
Right. I think we all agree that Jimmy's going to take a step. How drastic that step is really what we're trying to figure out. So, is it going to be this drastic step, or is it just going to be a small step? Any sort of leap this year with the offense only bodes well for us.
Right.
Now it just depends on how big this jump is, and I think we're going to see that pretty soon.
Yeah. We got a contribution from Sean as usual, man.
Sean, what's up, bro? Des Bryant didn't sign with us. I promise, bro.
Hey, Jason, go ahead and get to his question, bro.
All right. You think the Chiefs will be better? I hate them. They did the same thing to Young for years. Jay is a winner. I am more concerned with Kyle's play call. Well, when we play them again. So last night when I watched the game, Jimmy will break the Niners all the time. That's not crazy to think, honestly.
That is not crazy.
The number's not as high as you think.
Jeff Garcia had 4,200 yards.
Right. It's not as high as you think. It's not 5 bands that like Tom Brady threw. Like, it's not as high as you think. So it's not crazy to say that.
Exactly.
Sean, so like last night, me and Trey were interacting on Twitter, and he's like, I can't watch the ops, and you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I get it. I can't, but I, for myself, I had to watch because I want to see, because I'm not gonna make it even like small wise known.
Bro, I heard Mahomes wasn't even that good.
No, I want the Chiefs again. I want them again.
Me too.
I want them again.
Right.
I want them again. Like, I don't want like someone else. Like, I want them again, and I want to finish what we started. So I'm watching them to try to figure out, Rashad Breeland's out for 4 weeks. I want to see what this other corner on the other side is going to look like, because if you're playing in the first 4 weeks, you need a target over on that side. Right. They were trying that yesterday. The Texans were trying that. The Texans are trash, though, by the way. I think that we're about to find out something about this team, not Deshaun Watson, but don't tell me that trading for David Johnson and trading DeAndre Hopkins is not going to make you anywhere near better. Nobody trades a top 5 wide receiver for a running back of any magnitude, right?
Unless it's Christian McCaffrey.
Right, that's different. But he ain't McCaffrey. You know he's not McCaffrey. So watching it, right? It's week 1. It's hard to take away a lot of things from what happened last night because there is no sort of preseason. I'll be honest with you, man. The game wasn't that sloppy. The penalties weren't crazy. You know, guys knew what they were doing. The Texans are just not as good as the Chiefs. Like, it's just not, like, I don't understand how the Texans won the first time that they played them in Arrowhead, and then the second time went up as high as they did. And DeAndre Hopkins wasn't making that much of a difference in those games that, like, you just swap him out and now all of a sudden they look like this. Right. So it's hard to take away everything that we can from week 1. Are the Chiefs as good as they were last year? They probably have a better running back right now because goodness gracious, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is real deal, man. Like, I was very, very shocked to see, like, how well he played in his first game. And Sammy Watkins does what Sammy Watkins does in week 1. He just scores touchdowns and then goes away the rest of the year.
But we have to remind ourselves it's a rookie running back, but at the same time, it's the Texans defense.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. They couldn't tackle me.
I can't name one person not JJ Watt on that defense.
Yeah, Justin Reed had a rough night. Like, there was a lot of guys on that team that had rough nights. So again, week 1, yeah, the Chiefs, get to celebrate or whatever. And in the back of our mind, we're worried about them because we want to play them again, or at least in my mind, that's how it works. Yeah. But last week really didn't change my opinion on them. Like, they're still going to be a top team, but we'll see. Once you get 4 or 5 weeks of sample size, then we can really start to say, okay, this is where they're struggling. This is where you beat them. The defense didn't even look good yesterday. What happened is they kept putting Chris Jones and Frank Clark over Titus Howard, who's a turnstile. Like, poor Deshaun Watson was getting the ball and turning around and just running the other way because Chris Johnson and Frank Clark they're loading them up on Howard. Like, they completely changed up their game plan. They didn't look that tough on defense, honestly. It's just that they had no sort of pass rush. They had no sort of pass protection. So I don't know if that answers the question, but the Chiefs are good, but I want to see them again.
Exactly. Okay, man. So Fred Warner was activated and doing his press conference. He said he's not really letting the cat out the bag with whether he had COVID or he was in contact with somebody who had COVID. Now, he said that he feels fine. He's still at 100%. Do you think him sitting out those 10 days will have any type of impact on his performance in game 1 against the Cardinals?
Who's that? Fred? Fred's fine. Fred's fine, man. Like, this whole thing about him just being on the list, like, it's like Kyle said, or Robert Saleh said, I believe, he's probably at home working out. The quarterback of the defense need no sort of reps because he is that. No problems here. Like, if anything, it's a problem for the Cardinals because now you're going to get a full game of D Ford, Fred Warner, Quan Alexander. Like, now we're going to see. Now we're going to see everything. Kyle Juszczyk. We're going to see, right? Like, so the pessimistic side of me says this is going to be a tough game because it's the Cardinals. But the optimistic side of me says, do you know what we were missing in all those games? Why we couldn't run the ball at all on you guys? That's why, because Kyle wasn't there.
Juice.
Now Juice is back. Now Dre Greenlaw can come in and rotate whenever we're out of nickel. And now Quan Alexander can run down whatever it is that you're trying to run around with Kyler Murray. So, like, exactly. Now I feel when I started watching and I started thinking about things, I feel much better. Like, I know we're going to win this game. I just don't know by how much at this point. Like, it's still going to be close, I feel like. But we definitely have the upper hand. Come on.
Right. Most definitely, man. I really think that he's at 100%. I just think that it's a good question to ask. This has been a long week. I live in the Pacific Northwest, in the Portland, Oregon region. The fires are just as bad out here as they are in California. Yes. There is the Santiam fire, and there's the Clackamas. There's the Clackamas fire. Those are 2 of the biggest counties in the state of Oregon, and those fires just merged. They cut our shift short today because of the smoke inhalation. So I just wanted to ask that question, bro, because really there isn't a lot of content that I created for this show.
So you want to do? Do you want to do the game preview now?
No. We gotta save it for tomorrow.
Cool. Okay.
We got to save it for tomorrow.
Tomorrow, guys, I'm telling you right now, you do not want to miss the show tomorrow. Tomorrow, I got it. And we're going to talk about how we're going to beat these guys.
It's going to be lit. Yeah, I'm going to get up, get a nice haircut, go wash the car, all of that stuff, and be back ready. You know what I'm saying? Have a good breakfast. This is a question from Sharif, which I think is a good question. Does Emmanuel Sanders or Kello Witherspoon have a higher ceiling? We already know what it is. It's Emmanuel Mosley. It's Mosley. I said Sanders, my bad. I mean,
no, you're good.
Yeah. It's Mosley.
So I disagree, Dre. Dre. And I'll tell you why. Just because of skill set. I'm not talking about what they've shown on the field. What they've shown on the field is clearly we can only trust
a higher ceiling, right? What you show on the field, what you show on your film.
I think what I mean by that is I think that his skill set, right, is exactly what they wanted. Like, you know how Richard Sherman profiles? They wanted somebody of that, like, tall, be able to jam people and things like that. And
he's not. He's not. He will never be that, bro. Like, he has the perfect. This is the thing about Kello Witherspoon. When you look at him, you say, "Oh my God, he's 6'3", he's 205 pounds. He runs a 4.4. He has a perfect body size. He has all of the intangibles, but he cannot put it together on the field, right? When you look at his film, you see the same mistakes. He's right there. He's always with the ball, but he has no ball skills. He never turns his head and looks for the damn ball. He just does not have it. Emmanuel Mosley has a higher ceiling, and I say that because this dude does nothing but make plays. Last year, as soon as he came in the game, what did he do against the Browns? He knocked the ball down in the end zone on Jarvis Landry, right? Same thing against the Seattle Seahawks. DK Metcalf, that was a touchdown.
It was.
Emmanuel Mosley came out of nowhere and batted the damn ball out of the air.
He was beat on the release.
He was beat on the release.
Right.
And he had to battle back to get back to that play.
And he got there. That was an impressive play, man. For him to get beat and jump right back and stop that throw.
Yes. I want Kello Witherspoon to succeed so bad because he's a 49er, right? But we've seen it time and time again. Mentally, he doesn't have it. When he makes a bad play, it just builds on top of each other. Right? He makes one bad play. Yeah, exactly. Emmanuel Mosley is a dog. He's mentally tough, right? He doesn't make mistakes. We've seen one mistake from Emmanuel Mosley, and he came in the most critical time, right? But at the same time, Jimmy Ward, you should have been there. Jimmy, you should have been there. You should have been there because that was a duck. Let's be honest. When Patrick Mahomes threw that ball up in the air and he damn near got sacked, what did you say?
That's holding.
No. Besides for that, I said that's an interception. The camera hadn't panned over yet, and I said, "Oh my God, he just tossed the ball in the air. That's an interception all day, right?" And they pan the ball over, and Tyreek Hill is wide open.
Yeah,
safety should have been there, right?
Yeah.
But a good thing about this year is we have a new DB coach. Yeah. He's not with all of that zone. We're gonna see a lot of man-to-man this year. With man-to-man, that means you're either going to get beat or there's going to be more plays on the football. Right. I predict more plays on the football because these guys are going to be able to do more. They're going to have more ground that they can cover with covering one guy instead of just staying in the zone and staying home in their zone, right? So I think that'll change a little bit this year. But for me, I think E-Man, because we've seen what he could do. We've tried this over and over again 3 years in a row with Kello Witherspoon, and it just hasn't panned out. Hopefully something works out, but I think Emmanuel Mosley starts and Kello doesn't.
Oh, no, I wasn't arguing with you about who's going to start. I think that what I mean by ceiling is if everything lands right for Kello, it's a higher ceiling. But Emmanuel Mosley is the starter and the guy we trust because we've seen him do it. So I understand exactly. I think what you're saying more is that if the game's on the line, I don't care who has the higher ceiling. Give me the guy who can actually perform, and that's Mosley. So I get exactly what you're saying.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, what I mean is it's like if everything falls right, if all of a sudden Kello Witherspoon wakes up tomorrow and is like, yo, I'm good at this. I fear no man on this side. I'm going to play the ball when it's thrown behind me and make sure that I see where it is. Right. Then we might be having a different conversation. But again, skills don't lead to success in this league. It's all about being mentally tough, technique, and everything else. So that's true. So I get exactly what you're saying, and you're not wrong about that at all. Not at all. Yeah. And one more thing I wanted to talk about when you said man to man. Here's a prediction, right?
You got it from Jason right here.
Right here. Remember when we did our Jaquiski Tart breakdown? I told you that positive regression was coming with turnovers for Kwaski. That's what's coming. Kwaski's going to have a year where he's going to start guarding people, and they're going to try to test him, and he's going to make plays on the ball. Kwasi's gonna make a lot of people consider, oh my goodness, why are we thinking about moving off of this guy at this point? If he's able to do what he did in 2017, and when I looked at that film and I watched him cover Zach Ertz, like all those guys and any of those tight ends, this is something that's going to give the 49ers flexibility in their play calls, make it a lot more exotic. Send a guy in, drop a guy back. They can do whatever they want if they have a guy who can lock on to a tight end, just like the way the Jets asked Jamal Adams to do it. Kwasi can do it. He just was never asked to do it last year. Now that's something that's different. Kwasi's going to have a big year this year. I'm telling you right now. Contract year, being asked to do things that he's comfortable with again. And I think that he's just going to have a hell of a year this year as long as he's on the field.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Most definitely. So we're going to talk about the captains, right? So as of right now, the captains are Jimmy G, Kittle, Mike McGlinchey, Trent Williams, Eric Armstead, Sherm, and Fred. And that's 6. Kyle said there's a possibility that we could go with 7, right? Mm-hmm. So if we go with 7, go ahead and give me your pitch for the 7th guy, who that's going to be, and then I'll go with mine after you give yours.
For the 7th guy, who would be probably is just going to be Quan at this point, right? I pick your guy. Yeah.
Just mine.
All right. I kind of figured it would be that, right? So let me pull it back, right?
All right. No, bro. It's all good. So you go with the reason why you think Quan it will be the 7th guy, and then I'll go after you.
As far as the captain goes, like, we talked about it, and you know what it is, man. Like, this defense just has more juice when Quan's on the field. Like, I feel like the defense feels whole. Just having him around, just having his presence in the locker room, just having his presence in the huddle, the way he plays, like, he's sideline to sideline. That's a guy that'll get you jacked. Like, if he's making plays on the other side of the field from his coverage and he's watching guys out and everything, that gets the defense going, right? Like, that sort of energy, and that's what Quan brings that's invaluable to this team. Invaluable. You can't quantify it because there's no stat for it.
Right.
You can only see it when he play. So
right. Yeah, most definitely, man. Quan is just that guy, bro.
You love Quan, man.
I do, bro. He just brings that swag to the team. We got a fresh new nickname, the Hot Boys. You know what I'm saying? Quan, there's some stuff that just doesn't show up on the stat sheet, bro.
Right.
You just said it. There's some stuff that just doesn't show up on the stat sheet. It's kind of like what we've seen with the Lakers and Rondo, right? Playoff Rondo showed up.
Okay.
Like the intangibles that he has to know where guys are going to be and where the ball is going to go. Also the intangibles that he has with his feisty defense on defense is just something that you can't measure when it comes up on the play on the sheet, man. It's just things that he does for the team that it's irreplaceable. Yep. I think Quan is very important to this team, and I think that if we go, with the 7th captain, I think Quan is definitely that guy.
Yeah,
I think he has to be that guy.
The only other person that I would consider probably is like Jimmy Ward.
We can go with Jimmy.
Yeah, like I could see that, but I think that they already have their secondary captain, and then well, here I am talking about that, and Fred Warner, so I mean, I think it's just more like status with the team, right? Kyle Juszczyk is somebody else that it could be. Like there's a lot of guys on this team that have that sort of pedigree, that the guys look up to and listen to. So
right.
You said defense, so Quan was the first one that popped in my head just because of the leader that he is on this team and how much everybody loves him. So
right, yeah, most definitely, yeah, man. I really hope that Quan does get that look, and I think that Quan should be the next guy that we break down film on.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to break down Quan film, and hopefully we get an inbox on, what I'm saying, on
So what we'll do is I suspect that he's gonna have a big game this week, right? Yeah. Right after when we do our review, let's highlight him. Let's talk about it, and that's there. So we, this is the beautiful part of this shit, Dre. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. Friday, right? It's Friday. 2 days away. Like, this is like Christmas right now. Like we're like, all we've done is talk. Now the time for talking is over. Once we get this game over with and we get it on film, we're going to know a lot more about this team and where they're going and where they're headed. So it's like, hurry up Sunday, and please don't let this air quality, postpone the game in any way. Like, I can't take waiting another day.
Yeah, that would definitely be a downer, bro.
Yeah.
My whole weekend is basically around, the platform with you guys, and it's around the game. I already told my girl, my family, like, it's
leave me alone.
Exactly. I'm not answering the phone. Don't call me. Nobody's coming to the house. I'm not going nowhere. This is all about chicken wings, good drink, and football, and Niners all day.
Good drink, but I need you on Monday to be, like
I got to, bro, because I got to go to work on Monday. So it ain't, you know what I'm saying?
So I mean, with the post game and everything that we do or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll crack something on the post game. We win like a celebratory, but
yeah. So most definitely. So Ben Garland, he's been back for the last 3 days.
Yes, thank you, God.
Yeah. Do you think that they've been keeping him in good enough shape as far as riding the bike, doing workouts, do you think that they've been keeping him in shape as best as they can with his ankle injury? And do you think that him sitting out this long is going to have an effect on his play? Because he's been out for basically
entire camp,
3 weeks.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I think again, remember when we were talking about like what week one's going to look like? We're going to be seeing a lot of guys who are winded, a lot of sloppy play. I didn't see that yesterday. I really didn't. I think that the 49ers believe that they have Ben Garland in shape. I'm ready to go. And you touched on it a few episodes ago. You have to see what the front office is telling you by not telling you anything or by not bringing anybody in. Like, if this was a big deal, they really, really, really would have addressed this, right? Like, if they didn't think that Garland was going to be ready for week one, like, they've been playing coy this entire time. All Garland has to do is get limited practices in. That's it. He already knows the offense. He finished the year as a center, so it's not like anything's changing really, right? And we all know the run game actually flourished a little bit better when Garland was in there instead of Richburg. So I think that they trust Ben Garland because he knows. 2, I think they believe that he's fine and in shape. And 3, even if he's not, I don't feel like Kyle Shanahan's going to be calling a lot of plays where he has to pull and run outside, to lead blocks and things like that. That can be added to the arsenal later on. But this week one game plan, if you feel like he's not in shape, then don't call those. Have him into pass block and give him minimal run assignments.
Right, most definitely. Yeah, man. I just really hope that there has been some good training ethics with all of the injured players to where when they step on the field that they will at least be 85%.
Right.
80% is not good enough.
Right.
85%. I hope there's been a lot of riding the bike. I hope they've been doing a lot of rolls. Anything that has to do with cardio. I don't give a damn about lifting weights, man. You know what I'm saying? Your strength is not going to dip too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me neither.
Make sure that cardio is ready. And thank you, Tonga. He said, Trey, there are already 7 captains. Hold on.
Is that true?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there is 7.
There you go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, my bad. There is 7. Okay.
There you go.
Well, damn it, they should add an 8th because Cohn deserves to be there. You know what I'm saying? But that's what, if you guys go back and watch the press conference, not from yesterday, but on Wednesday, Kyle Shanahan said that. That's where I got this content from when I wrote it down. I was literally watching that interview and then I wrote it down, who should be the 7th. But thanks for correcting me, bro. I really appreciate that. No doubt. So
you're doing so good, Trey. I'm so impressed with you, bro. I also want to make sure I say that on air. Like, you're doing phenomenal when it comes to now doing the content, keeping your head straight, making sure that you're just letting things go. Like, I'm so proud of you, bro. Like, I really am, man. And everybody else notices it too. Just letting you know.
All right, I appreciate that, bro. No doubt.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that.
You got that. But there are going to be those episodes where we go off. Like, I'm scared to do one with you after we lose.
Hey, bro.
And not because of you, because of me.
It's definitely going to come, and I'm just going to apologize.
Ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to apologize ahead of time. Like, there's probably going to be a few games where that video is not going to be monetized. You know?
that Falcons game. If we would have did a post game after that Falcons game,
yeah, it would have been bad.
That would have been bad, man.
already had a bad feeling about that game.
Me too. That whole game, I was like, this feels like a letdown. Right off of the Saints, I was like, this feels like it's a spot right here for a letdown.
Kyle did his partner a favor, bro.
He did.
Dan Quinn. Immediately after that job, they announced the next day that Dan Quinn
he got the extension. Oh, they're not firing him. They're not firing him.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? He did his partner solid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. I mean, that's pretty much all the content that I had. You know, I apologize to everybody out there watching. It's been a crazy week. We're on level 1 evacuation. So if we go to level 2 evacuation, that means that we have to start packing our stuff. And then level 3 means we got to get the hell out of Dodge. So there's been a lot of stuff happening over here, man, that we just been trying to run with for the whole
anybody on the West Coast right now, right? Or near Dre that's watching, please be safe. Please take care of your family. We hope that nothing happens to your home or anything like that to you either, you know, and we just want you guys to be safe. So be safe, and hopefully you'll be able to enjoy the game on Sunday.
Yeah, most definitely. So is there anything else you want to talk about, bro?
I'm not really like the news today is just that Debo's out, right? You know, right. And then all the other stuff about like everybody else getting ready. Like really, we're just speculating at this point. Like, you know, like practice happened today, right? But the air quality on certain people's devices was over 200 is where it gets unhealthy, right? So the thing we really have to pay attention to, I guess that we could talk about a little bit, is what's going to happen if this ASI or whatever it's called, the air index.
The AQI, the air quality
index. The air quality index, right? If it goes up above 200 is when the game can't be played, right? 2 days ago, when everybody thought that the wildfires were the worst, the AQI was 75. Today, on the field, people had it over 200. But the 49ers have some sort of device that they trust more than an iPhone or whatever it is they got that off of, so they allowed the practice to happen. Right. What I want you guys to keep in mind is if this happens Sunday and it gets near that level, you know, Tevin Coleman has sickle cell. That's
he has sickle cell trait.
Right. He has sickle cell trait, right? So they're gonna have to limit him, if not like, you know, not play him. So like these are all things that you need to like. Again, this is kind of just giving more evidence to my Raheem Mostert argument that this is gonna be a big game for him.
Right.
So like we have to make sure that we think about that stuff too, right? Like, you know, like, and then it's gonna be important like this week for the 49ers to keep 4 guys. You're gonna need to rotate Mostert, McKinnon, and Wilson if Coleman can't go. So I think the only thing we have to figure out is whether this game's going to happen on Sunday at normal time or they're going to move it to Arizona and then flip it when they play again, and then they'll play on Monday night, because we have seen precedent of that happening.
Yeah. Big Daddy Niners. Bro, I'm actually in Portland, bro. I'm in Pacific Northwest in Oregon, so we're experiencing the same thing, you know, on the same type of cataclysmic level as it is back home in Cali right now. You know, our air quality is at like a 193 or something right now, and it's, you know, it looked like it's a big barbecue outside right now. So you know, they had to cancel us and shorten up our day, and we got sent home today. I'm a union guy, you know what I mean? So we're working outside in the elements, and it's just crazy, bro. With that being said, with Tevin Coleman, I'm pretty sure they might have to like set up a tent and have breathing treatments and all kind of stuff for the guys. We already know oxygen is going to be on deck. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully there's some stuff that they could set up for those guys, you know, to make sure that they're able to breathe and that they, you know, stay as healthy as possible. You know, rotate the guys that can be rotated in and out of the game, get them some breathing treatments. All of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Put some air purifiers on the field next to the benches and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To have them guys stay fresh. 2020
doesn't give us a break, man. Like it just doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop. It really doesn't stop. Cash over. Let's see. Tell Grant he's a weenie. Nah,
chill, yo. Chill. Grant's the guy, man. Don't come on here talking crazy about the guy like that, yo.
Yeah. That's Niners all day family, bro. We don't do that.
Yo, Grant's my guy, yo. If y'all don't get it with Grant, I can't explain it. Like,
you have to know him personally, bro.
Yeah. Do you realize that response is exactly what Grant wants?
Right.
Like
he loves that. He loves
y'all feeding right into it.
Yeah, he liked these fires, bro. He
loves it.
All the smoke.
He loves it, and he leans into it. Like he doesn't halfway it. Like it's not like he's gonna be like, oh my god, all these people are talking crazy to me. You fall right into that trap, guys. I'll post an article that I wrote for 49er Web Zone, and it happens all the time. And it's weirder now that Grant and I have built like sort of a relationship because of this, right?
Right.
I'll post an article about my predictions, and someone will be like, oh, this is well thought out, and it's not like Grant Cohn's crap. Bro, what does Grant have to do with my article? Like, exactly. Grant lives rent-free in all your heads. That's crazy to me, bro. Y'all wake up with this man on your mind.
Right.
Let it go, man. Grant's a character. Just like you don't get mad when The Rock in WWE turns into a villain for a year or two or whatever and goes right. Come on, man.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, man. You just have to know him off camera, bro.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like people don't understand, man. He's literally guided. He's literally guided me through the process of how to start a productive channel on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't for his help, bro, I don't know if we would be where we're at right now. So I'm always back Grant Cohn, period.
Yeah, man. Me too. He jumped on. Look, he came on my hip hop pod. We had a blast, man. The guy's smart. He's funny. You have to realize this too. Like, this is the other thing. And it's not just us caping for him because we built this relationship with him or anything like that. These are the things that I see with my eyes. Name me beat writers that actually watch the film. Name them. Name them. Because a lot of these guys write. Grant's not like his fire yourself. No, but name me these beat writers that understand the concepts, understand exactly what's going on, like on the field like that. Like Grant is the best of knowledge, and I'll say it, trolling. Y'all have to understand when it's trolling. And it's so obvious. It's not even close. Like today, what did he say? I get more. I get blocked more than Solomon Thomas or something like that. He was saying, or look, dude, that's a joke. It's a joke. Do you get it? I'm gonna find it for sure. Hold on, I gotta find the tweet itself, man, because it's really fun.
That's what he said. He said, I get blocked more than Solomon Thomas, bro.
I get blocked more often than Solomon Thomas. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
You guys just let him get to you so much, and it's just like he loves it. Like he's sitting in his chair with his cat, stroking it like like when you guys go crazy on Twitter, like it's part of his persona. The guy knows his shit, but he also has a Twitter persona, just like a wrestler has to be either a heel or a face.
Right.
And Grant knows how to do that, man.
Exactly. Yeah, man. So with that being said, you guys, we just wanted to come in and tap in with you guys. The content wasn't really that much. We all know what happened this week. We all know what happened within the last couple of days. But tomorrow is where we're going to get really extensive.
Tomorrow's film day. Tomorrow we're going to get your notepads out. I'm going to show you some stuff, man. I'm going to show you what the 49ers were successful with, what they struggled to stop. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait for tomorrow. If we can do this every week, oh man. I mean, and we can. It's just that there's going to be those weeks that the 49ers, this is a division game. So I got 2 games worth of film from last year to talk about. When we play the Giants and Jets, we're just going to have to pull up their week 1 stuff and just be like, this is why the Jets are horrible. This is why the Giants are horrible. Yeah,
man. So basically what tomorrow's going to be, we're going to be breaking down film on what we could possibly expect, the strengths and weaknesses of both teams. We are going to talk about, guys who are going to have big games for both teams. We're going to talk about matchups that we're going to look forward to, and we're going to do a game score prediction. We're going to do predictions, man. We're going to do predictions. Tomorrow, Grant will be on the show. Browns will be on the show. Jason will be here. I'll be here. So you're going to have, the 4 horsemen and the thing, getting it down.
And we're going to talk film with Grant too.
Yeah.
That's perfect. For any of you guys that doubt Grant's eye when it comes to all this stuff, tune in tomorrow. Bet you he starts schooling me on some stuff.
Yeah, most definitely. So with that being said, man, thank you to everybody who was with us today. To everybody who's going through any type of, fires or back, down south, it's hurricanes or any of that type of stuff, man. We're just happy that you were able to come and share this time with us to take your mind off of that, just for this small amount of time, man, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world today. We hope that you are safe. We hope that everybody's out there making the right decisions. Taking precautions so they don't get sick, and wearing your mask and all of that good stuff. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 12 o'clock, and then after that, we'll see you guys on game day.
Woo! Wait, Dre.
Yeah,
What we doing on game day?
We're gonna do the live stream.
Woo! I'm gonna have to pop in a little bit later on that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna do the live stream. All right, yeah. With that being said, man, we're gonna hit y'all with Kendrick. And then, we're going to hop out of this thing. Hey, Jason, bro, stay on so I can holler at you real quick.
For sure.
About tomorrow. Let me hit it with
Kendrick Bourne from the San Francisco 49ers. You're watching the Niners All Day Show. What up, Bronze? What up, Dre? Let's get it, man. Yee!
And we out this thing.